Hello everybody, Dokkan Assets here. Today we are back with another figure unboxing video, and as you can see, the setup is a little bit different for today. Obviously, because we have such a big boy right here, we had to take a couple of little extra memorinos to make things work here. So I apologize about the little bit of an awkward angle, but you're just going to have to deal with it for today. But as I've been hyping up, I've been taking a look at the greatest Saiyan line. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Golden Oozaru. I am also going to be actually in the frame today, which is obviously going to be a little bit weird. I know, because I'm usually not in frame for these. Oh wow, that is loud. But the only way we can make this work was this current setup right here. So, hope you guys enjoy. I am so excited to get into this thing. Oh man, oh man. By the way, if the audio sounds a little bit weird, I apologize too. I'm recording this in like 3 different ways just to make sure that I get the audio, because I'm not sure how it's going to turn out with me being like almost behind it. But we're going to find out here today. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, this was the last prize in the greatest Saiyan Ichiban Kuji that we have been taking a look at for a couple of weeks now. And this is one of the very few cases where the last one prize actually does make it over to the States. Usually that is not the case, but I assume it was because of the homies over at Bluefin. Ooh! Look at that beautiful grade 8 right there. They were able to bring us this magnificent figure. So shout out to those boys. I did get my copy at Tokyo Taku Mode for, I think it was like $80 or $90, which is really good considering the fact that A, he's huge, and B, last one prize figures, even if they aren't this giant boy right here, can go for some absolutely insane prices in the resale market when they aren't being brought overseas. Let me also pop the light off for you so you can see the box a little bit better. There's the beautiful boy right there, the giant golden grade ape Oozaru. Again, I apologize if things are a little bit wonky for the setup of this video. I'm currently leaning over the camera so you can attempt to see everything here. But if you take a look here at the bottom, you can see that there is the Bluefin band. Wow, I said that backwards. You get the point though. Their logo. They were the ones who were able to get this over here. Obviously, the bottom of the box is just white, and the top of the box, let me flip this over, is the Ichiban Show figure box with the sticker of authenticity right there. I am really excited to open this. Obviously, we don't get grade 8 figures too often. I think there's one older grade 8 figure that is like the brown grade 8. Obviously, this is probably going to be the olden. I combined only and golden. The only golden grade 8 figure that we're ever going to get, at least for a long time. And frankly, it's probably going to be the only one that we ever need for a really long time. Because this guy, oh man, this guy's sculpting is fantastic. Nowadays, we obviously also have the new Great Ape Oozaru Vegeta as well, which is also part of this, like, it's kind of weird to describe it, because it's like, it is Ichiban Kuji, Ichiban Show for the States, and it is Greatest Saiyan, but Softvix is like what they've been calling all of the Great Ape figures, because I believe they're actually like a soft vinyl rather than the usual PVC material that they make them out of. So kind of interesting. Oh my gosh, this is just the tail. Are you kidding me, dude? This is literally just the tail, and it's that big. Okay, oh yeah, this is definitely hollow though. That's interesting. Let me put that to the side, put the cardboard over there. This, how is this in here? Okay, I'm not just gonna, oh no, it is in a clamshell, so we could just dump it, but yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way to get out. Because that's what I was expecting. No, I don't feel safe about that. If I take this off, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to get this out of the box. Yeah, because if I pull that off, you know what? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull the clamshell off, which is what should be on the top of the grade 8. And then we're just going to pull him out by his giant monkey arms. Oh! And then there is also, can that stand on its own? Oh, that box smells horrendous. I don't know if you can see on the inside there. There's another clamshell to hold the boy in there. So really, it was just in there in the bag. I guess that makes sense because technically in Japan, the packaging looked like this. So I guess that kind of makes sense that there wasn't really a bigger clamshell. But holy cow. Can we pull this off? No, this is completely encased. That's cool. Oh. Look at his back, bro. My man's. No. Dang, bro. That is rather unfortunate. All right. I want to be careful with this bag. Should I cut this bag? All right, never mind. I actually think that I got the hole big enough to be able to get the man out. Yeah, okay, there we go. Probably could have done that a lot cleaner, but obviously I don't intend on repackaging or reselling this guy anytime soon. Okay. Wow. That is big. That is a big figure right there. I really like that they put bubble wrap on his shoulders. I don't know why. Because they're not like pointy or anything like that, but that is interesting. Very interesting. Maybe that's just because that's where they attach and they didn't want the joints to become weak. Interesting. Alright, we'll take a more detailed look at him in a second. Let me just get him put together here and we'll take a look at the bagged instructions as well. Because there does seem to be... The instructions are like in their own little sack? Why? I don't know. That's a little bit weird. Oh, wait, there is a stand in here. Oh, I didn't even realize there was one. I mean, he don't really need it, but... Okay, so let's pull all that out. Anything it says in the bag? No, it's just Japanese on there. Okay, so this is the tail. Very good detail on the tail. I love that darker shades of gold. That is really nice looking. And yeah, you can see in there, that is definitely hollow. This guy is hollow, like I said. He's made of vinyl rather than PVC. So kind of makes sense that obviously he is hollow. So does this just go in whatever? There's no like rhymer way. Oh, I don't like that sound. I mean, I know that. Oh, okay, yeah, no, that is the sound of vinyl. Okay, so I think is this articulated? I kind of don't want to. I'm not gonna mess with it. I don't want to mess with it. I think you can kind of like pose it a little bit differently, but we're just gonna leave it like that. That's fine. Stand. This is a very... I've never seen a stand like this before. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's slimy. Ew. Oh, ew. Oh. Ew. Ew. Let's look at the instructions. Ew. Ew. It's so weird. Sorry. I don't know why that caught me off guard so much. I just did not expect it to be slimy when I took it out. Alright, so here are the, here's the instructions. Or, well, instructions, quote unquote. It's like this big. It literally is just showing you what it is, basically. So it goes under his leg. Interesting. Well, there goes that, I guess. So it goes like, oh, that is so gross. It goes under his cheek? Is that what you're telling me here? Or is it supposed to go like this? I need those back. Hold up. Okay, so looking at it from the back, it looks like it's supposed to go like this. But it looks like it's supposed to be like closer to his body. But it almost doesn't fit like that. I guess that is the angle. Yeah, no. That looks about right. What do you think? Picture, real life. Looks about accurate to me. Alright. Obviously it is wait. No! They were so close! They named the whole set Dragon Ball GT and they put the Super logo on there. It's even Dragon Ball GT on the box. Oh my gosh. Alright, so if I spin him, oh, the stand will stay on there. Alright, so let us take a look at this guy in closer detail. Because obviously, like for some size comparison, right? Let me stand right next to the table here. This is me standing next to the table. This is my open palm on him, right? I can like, whoops, that's not going to be there for long. That's like the size of him in my hand. That is crazy. Let's take a look at the detail on this guy. Whew! So, obviously, mouth detail is insane, which is really cool because, of course, this is a giant ape figurine. Should be on that sort of thing. The fur looks really, really good in terms of detail. It is a little bit harder to see on the camera, I will admit. But there is a lot of really nice darker gold shading throughout like the muscle sections here. It's kind of visible on camera, but it's a little bit harder to pick up. But very, very nice sculpting. The bottom of the feet look, wow, that actually is really good. That looks like monkey feet. That's pretty cool. Those are the tops of his feet. A little bit of a paint mishap on the black like toenails, I guess, but not the worst, to be honest. The only things that really bothers me is, honestly, I think you can see, oops, sorry, I have his head too far up. There is some like split lines here on his neck and on his arms here a little bit. Obviously, when you're looking at him like this, right, and when he's on the shelf, you literally can't tell the difference. But of course, for this figure being like, I don't know, 90 bucks or something like that, 80 bucks, you would expect for, let's see, is that on the back too? Yeah, definitely. On the back of his head, right here, you would expect that not to be there, because obviously it should all be one flush piece. I don't really see that anywhere else. I mean, obviously it's kind of expected like there, but I don't think I see it literally anywhere else but the head, which is a shame because obviously the head is what you focus on. Tail fits in nicely though. I do like that. There is a little bit of mobility on it, but obviously if you want it to stay in place, you're probably just gonna stick that boy in there and keep it with his baboon cheeks, you know what I'm saying? But it looks very good. It looks really cool. Yeah, super light, which is kind of weird because obviously the other really big figure that I've reviewed, the King Cluster Broly, is all one piece and solid. Whereas this guy, of course, like, I'm kind of afraid, I will say, to lift him like this, only because since the packaging had his elbows attached, or rather these, right, were on his elbows, I'm kind of afraid to lift him up like that. I assume that it'll hold, but I don't want to lift him up by his head either, considering that is, you know, an attached piece. But overall, this figure is really, really good. Of course, we are going to take a look at this guy next to the other Greatest Saiyan figures and some other figures right now. Alright, so obviously size comparisons are going to be a little bit difficult here, but I'll do my best. Also, I apologize, I completely forgot to turn on my top light there, so that's why the lighting might have looked a little bit weird. But to kick us off with our size comparisons here is the WCF Dokkan Battle Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and our other usual comparison, the GOAT himself, the Super Saiyan 3 Ichiban Kuji Gotenks. These guys pale in comparison to this absolute behemoth. You can see that Gotenks is just about half the size because of his hair, kind of not even making it there, and Goku is just disgustingly minuscule next to this absolute behemoth. The other thing that's going to be hard about these size comparisons as well is that because he's so wide, right? My man he's got some arm reach on him, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a little bit harder to do some of these comparisons, but I'm going to do my best. We're going to do some other bigger figures before we hop into the Greatest Saiyan figures, though. To start off, we are going to take a look at one of my favorite bigger figures, the Grandista Gogeta Blue. Let me actually, oh, is he resting on his tail? Interesting. Here, let me show you that real quick. The tail, right, is kind of being used to rest on, which I don't think is good, because obviously we don't want all of the weight to be on the tail. I put the sand under my man, because I don't want him to get any long-term damage. Here we have the Grandista Gogeta Blue next to this guy. You can see that even the Grandista line, which is a relatively large line, is still kind of small compared to this guy. Not just in, obviously, height, but also in girth, I suppose you would call it. Moving on from the homie Gogeta, though, we have the Super Master Stars Peace Manga Dimensions Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This guy also kind of pales in comparison to this guy, even though this is a rather large figure as well. And wow, these two actually do look really, really cool together, I'm not gonna lie. I think this particular display might look a little bit better if I had the regular version of the Super Master Stars Peace Super Saiyan 4 Goku, just because obviously the styles would work a little bit better. But I still think that these guys look really, really cool together, and obviously size-wise, yeah. Do I need to say more, really? Alright, next size comparison. This one is one that I was really looking forward to doing, I'm not gonna lie, because this man is my current king in terms of the size for figures, and that was not just a pun. This is the King Cluster Dragon Ball Super Broly. Let me just make sure that my man's gonna stand up here, yeah. This is one of my favorite figures of all time, and obviously a behemoth in his own right, a giant figure, and still the Great Ape clocks in at a much higher height than my man ever could, unfortunately for him. Crazy how big this guy is. And even Broly, a character who is notoriously super large and super wide in that regard, right, is even small compared to this big monkey. Very, very nice stuff here, though. I don't know if I'm going to display these two on the shelf together, but we definitely have some big boys in the collection now, so I am quite excited about that, especially some other stuff I have coming up as well will also be some big boys. Now, the moment that you have probably all been waiting for. Let me see if I can move. Can we move him with the stand? Here we have the rest of the greatest Saiyan line. Let's get all the boys lined up right here. I'll do a little bit of adjusting once I see how they look in the camera. But we now have the complete set. Does that not look cool or what? Oh my gosh. I apologize if the angle is a little bit whack. It's kind of hard for me to see into the camera with the current angle that I'm at. Let's move that down a little bit just so you can kind of get a better look at that. That is a fantastic set of figures right there. Honestly, I don't think that I could be happier with this particular set. It is such a cool set of Dragon Ball figures, and I honestly think an even better way to display this, right? Of course, the Great Ape still towers over all three of these boys, but I think a really cool way to display this as well would be if you had a riser, right, and you were able to just put the Great Ape up just a little bit like this, right? I apologize if he's out of frame now. I can't look in the camera, obviously, because I'm over here, but I think that that would be a really cool way to display this guy as well. Obviously, just because then you could get a little bit more height. It is also partially the angle of the camera that it's currently at. Of course, you're seeing a bunch of different pictures now that are probably making a lot more glamorous than this particular angle is. But even if, like, I lift the camera up right here, right? You can see that, obviously, the Great Ape is still towering over them. Such a fantastic set. I am so happy I decided to get this full set. Honestly, I know that this set is a little bit hard to find after doing a little bit of more digging in terms of buying these figures after doing the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta figure. I didn't even realize how hard these were to find, and I can assume coming up when I try and find some links to pick this guy up in the description, the Great Ape, of course, it's probably going to be a difficult time to be able to find all of these guys. I did not realize that they were getting so rare and so expensive in the aftermarket. But if I can find a way to pick up the Great Ape and as well the rest of these guys, I will definitely do so. Again, links in the description. Post-production DA here. Real quick, I just wanted to give you a little message if you plan on searching around for this figure. While doing some research on some places that you can buy it, I actually found out and remembered that there are a ton of fake versions of this figure. Even on Amazon here, you can see that all of these guys are fakes right here. Crazy that there is so many. Obviously, this is a different minifigure, but if you are looking for the normal one, look for this image right here. That is kind of a rule of thumb that you can go by on any website if you do plan on looking for this guy. Usually, if you see in this image, you're golden. If you see this image, not so much. Also, he is very much overpriced right now on Amazon. Obviously, that's because, unfortunately, since there is no ones from Amazon in stock, the sellers are going to sell him for marked up price. So do some research, do a little bit of digging around. Just keep in mind that there are fakes of this guy on the market, whether you're going to buy this guy on eBay or whatever it may be. Good luck hunting for him. I picked mine up for, like I said, like 90 bucks on Tokyo Taku Mode when they initially released, and just hadn't gotten around to opening them until now. But if you are a fan of GT or just the Super Saiyan 4 design in general, I would highly, highly recommend these figures. These guys are absolutely fantastic. After you buy this set, you probably are not going to need another GT set for as long as you live. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the Big Boy Great Ape in the comments section below. Of course, if you would like to support me and help me getting even more giant figures like this, because obviously they aren't as cheap as the smaller boys down there, definitely go hit up the Patreon just to support the channel in general as well. I would really appreciate it. But of course, please don't feel obligated. Your view is most certainly enough, and enjoying the content is more than I could ask for. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. Dokkan Assets out. Peace.